This is a tutorial for the tubular bind-off, and it's a bind-off that will match a tubular cast-on. The way I'm going to do it is using a Kitchener stitch, so it's a slightly different process to the sewn bind-off, but it will give the same results. So we're going to start with 2 setup rows. So I'm going to slip my first stitch because I'm just keeping my edges neat. So we want to slip the purl stitches and knit the knit stitches. So we're going to slip the purl stitch, we're going to bring the yarn to the front, slip it purlwise, bring the yarn to the back so we can knit our knit stitch. So to slip the purl stitch, bring your yarn to the front, slip the stitch purlwise, take the yarn to the back and knit the stitch. And we're going to do that all the way along. Okay, I'm just coming to the end of the row, so slip and knit. So I've completed my first setup row. I'm going to turn the work to do a second setup row. So the reason we do the setup rows is to stack your purl and knit stitches more on top of each other, and it produces a tighter edge. If you don't do them, it will be a bit more flared out. So we're going to do the second setup row. I'm going to slip the first stitch, and again we're going to knit the stitch. So this is the one that was purled last time, slipped last time, purlwise, so this is being knit this time. And then we're going to bring the yarn to the front, and this stitch here we are going to slip purlwise, and this was the one that was previously knit, so we're going to slip that one. So on each row, between the 2 rows, each stitch will be knit once and slipped once. So I'm going to carry on doing my knit and slipping purlwise, knit, slipping purlwise, knit, slipping purlwise, and I'm going to carry on until the end. So those 2 rows are fairly standard for tubular bind-off, and this is where the Kitchener stitch version varies a bit. So we're going to turn the work. So the existing work is on a circular needle. You also need a second circular needle. I've got 1 wood and 1 metal, so you can see the placement of the needles. And you need a yarn needle. So if you get the other end of your existing circular needle, this is going to become the front stitch, and you'll be picking up the knit stitches with this one. Your second needle, I'm using the metal one, this will be your back needle, and this is going to pick up the purls. So I'm going to pick up the knit stitch and take that off the needle, keep that to the front, and using this one I'm going to take off the first purl stitch and keep that to the back. Then I'm going to take the next knit stitch, keep that to the front, and then the next purl stitch, keep that to the back. So I'll show you the kind of more rhythmic method that I do this that makes it a bit quicker. So it's just slightly adjusting. Okay, so it's front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. And I'm going to do that all the way along, so until all knit stitches are on the front needle and all purl stitches are on the back needle. So I finished splitting the stitches, and you can see that the edge of the fabric has been slightly separated into 2 sides, a front and a back. And that's the result of our setup rows and the slipping the stitches. So it's almost like making just a very fine casing at the end of the fabric. So we're going to pull our needles through to get the points to the other ends. And this is where we are going to start the Kitchener stitch process. I thread my tail onto a yarn needle, and this is where we're going to start the Kitchener stitch. So working with the front needle and the first stitch, we are going to take the yarn needle from your left through to the right. We're going to pull the yarn all the way through, and then we're going to drop that stitch off the needle. On the front needle again, this time we're going to go the opposite direction. We're going to go from right through to left through the front leg of that stitch. This time we're going to keep the stitch on the needle, so pull that through. Now we're going to move to the back needle. We're going to take our yarn needle from the right through to the left. We're going to pull that through, and we're going to drop this stitch off the needle. Then on the back needle again, we're going to take our yarn in the opposite direction. We're going to go from left to right through that stitch, and we're going to keep that stitch on the needle. So just pulling it a little bit taut to tension the bound off stitch. So going back to the front needle, we're going to take our yarn needle. We're going to go from left through to right, pull that through. So this is repeating the process, sorry. We're going to drop that stitch off the needle. Then we're going to go from right through to left, and we're going to keep that on the needle. Moving to the back stitch, we're going to go from right through to left. We're going to drop that stitch, then we're going to go from left through to right and keep that stitch on. So it's a 4-step sequence. I will put the steps in the description below, and we've just repeated those steps twice. I'm going to show you a more rhythmic process now. This is where we join steps 1 and 2 together and 3 and 4 together. So taking the yarn needle, we're going to take it still from left to right, drop it, and then go straight away, go from right to left and pull that through. So that's steps 1 and 2. Now we're going to go to the back needle. We go from right through to left, drop it, and then from left through to right, that's right. So that you can see left through to right like that, and pull that through. That was steps 3 and 4 together, so I'll repeat that. So left through to right on the front needle, drop, and then right through to left on the front needle and pull it through. On the back stitch, right through to left, drop it, then this is where I hope you can see what I'm doing. Then you kind of twist it, so we are going left through to right on that stitch, pull it through and drop it. And you can see our tubular bind off starting to take place, take shape. So it's the same on the front and the back, and you have this really nice kind of effect where it looks like the knitting is kind of wrapping all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to carry on that process all the way to the end. I finished my bind off now, and you can see this really nice seamless edge where the knitting appears to just wrap around from one side to the other. So this is the bind off edge and this is the cast on edge, and they match, well, they just go together really beautifully. Okay, so that was the tubular bind off using the Kitchener stitch process. Okay, thank you.